Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification. All right, now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing negativity that is holding us back. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing the negativity from your body like storm clouds, feeling it float away, freeing you. All right, now let's start with your chakra cards. Pisces, July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Show me clearly. Guide this message and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. So we're starting here with soul's healing. And so this is going to be an emotionally healing and an emotionally powerful time for you. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And you're going to feel yourself being more centered. And there's just going to be like feelings sometimes of just warmth washing over you. Inspiration, the sacral chakra. You're being inspired. Creative energy is flowing through you. It's guiding you. You're releasing a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives that come forward. Also, that you've inherited through your DNA line. And so here, as you release this negativity, there's a new dawn, a new day. And there's a release of a kind of, for some of you Pisces, it's like a dark cloud was hanging over you. A bit of sorrow, a bit of, for some it could be even depression, anxiety, but you're seeing yourself be inspired. You're seeing this inspiration lead you forward. Pisces, July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, guide me clearly. Show me clearly. Guide this message. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide these 3? Okay. Oh, these 2? As the spirit said, they were like, no, pick those back up. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this message and show me clearly. Show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this message. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Oh, and this one, because it just came right up. 9 of Swords. Oh, interesting. So there is worry, doubt, fear, things that have kept you up. We see it right here with the card that turned itself over. It's like, no, Pisces, no. Know that you have this fear, or it can be a resistance towards sleep. It's like, I don't want tomorrow to come, type of thing, for whatever reason. I know for me personally, I have this problem going to sleep because when I was little, I absolutely hated school. So if I went to sleep, my little brain thought if I went to sleep, school came really, really soon. So if I stayed up as late as I could, I made it so that school didn't come as fast. And it sounds silly when you think of it, but when you're like 6, you're like, okay, logic. And so here, it's something that can be like that. It can be that you're dealing with something from your childhood that comes forward, and you're wondering why, and you think, oh, this is just me, this is just who I am. But you realize that it has a deeper meaning to it, and that meaning sometimes can be a hurt that needs to be looked at. So we have here the Eight of Wands, things are moving fast. The Seven of Wands, choosing your battles. The Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this is also being the battle queen. You're really able to stand up for yourself, to say what it is that you want and know what it is that you desire. And then you have the High Priestess, which is the veil being lifted from your eyes, following your intuitive self and knowing what you want as you move forward. Magic is with your heart. I love it. You have 2 sevens in a row right here with the Seven of Pentacles. Patience is going to be very important. You have the Three of Cups. You are fighting against, or you're breaking the hold that a negativity that was spoken over you had, and you're like, no more. No more am I being held back. And it leads you to being the fool. And you think, oh, wow, I don't want to be a fool. But it's not being foolish. Though some people might sit there and think, wow, how foolish of you. You're standing there and you're saying, this is what I want for my life. This is what I need. This is what I'm moving forward in. And you're being the hero of your story. And every single hero who does something, whenever you're reading a book, you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to die. That's going to turn out badly. How could you be so foolish to run into that room all by yourself? It's like, no, they're being the hero of their story. I'm not telling you to do anything dangerous, but it's like, this is my truth. This is what I desire. And as you move forward in this truth and in what you desire, you have the Knight of Swords, which is, again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're just going for it. It's going to be very important for you. You have the Three of Wands, which is success coming your way, which is broadening your horizons, looking at what you desire. You have another 7 with the Seven of Swords. And this is, this is a sense of wishes coming forward. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I do know why. I was like, that's so odd. I'm just hearing wishes coming forward. I had a friend of mine, and he's a very good friend of mine. And he was reading one time the Seven of Swords for me. And he was like, it's the wish card. And I was like, what do you mean it's the wish card? I had never heard that before. And yeah, and so that's the energy that's coming through. It's like wishes granted. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, how? How is this denoting that? But that's what it says, and that's what Spirit is saying. Nine of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty. Wishes move you towards prosperity. Now you have 3 sevens, okay? So the 7 being repeated 3 times is a divine message. This is a message of telling the truth, okay? That's going to be very important. Tell the truth. Expect those around you to tell the truth, because you want to know where you stand with them, and they want to know where they stand with you. So that's going to be important. Tell the truth. And it is also here very important, to live in the truth and to have people around you telling the truth. But also you're going to be very driven and very guided towards deeper spiritual mysteries. And as you're guided, there we go, towards these deeper spiritual mysteries, things become clearer, but also more questions arise. And that's why the truth is going to be so important to you. You're going to be like looking even deeper for it. And you might not find the truth, okay? The way that we human beings would like it, kind of like spelt out all neat and pretty. And you might very well. But there is a sense here of this searching and this looking and this energy that is just such a part of you, and it's so beautiful that you want to, it's actually going to inspire you, yes, and lead towards healing. There's something that comes your way where it's like, wow. And then you have the repeat of the number 3, which is divinity, which is, this sense of a coming together, a sense of making a whole. The repeat of the number 9, you're coming very close to a conclusion of a cycle, which is very, very exciting. Now let's see the people who you have to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Pisces has to be mindful of during July 16th to the 31st? Who are the people that Pisces has to be mindful of July 16th to the 31st? Who are the people that Pisces has to be mindful of July 16th to the 31st? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, show me clearly. Guide this reading, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, fantastic. So we're starting here with Scorpio energy. This is going to be somebody who is kind of more drawn to kind of like the darker side of things, like has a darker sense of humor type of thing, and you might just not find it funny. This is also going to be somebody who works on multiple layers I just see them as not being as forthright and as open. And so this is a person who you're going to feel like isn't telling the truth, isn't being as open with you as you need them to be. Okay? And so that's just somebody you're going to be mindful of. They're into their own adventure, their own story, and they don't really want to share it with anybody else, right? Then we have Justice, which is a Libra energy, a time frame September 23rd to October 22nd. Legally, like legal systems, what is this? Like cops and, judges and lawyers and even doctors is what I'm seeing here. It can be that there's something here where like things need to be balanced. Like you need a second opinion or you need to look at things more deeply. But there's something here with a wanting of justice, with a wanting of things to be balanced and having to kind of work a little bit harder for it, or not feeling as if things are moving forward as fairly as you would like them to. Strength card, Leo energy, July 23rd to August 22nd. This is going to be somebody who thinks brute force strength, or because I said so, is actual strength. It's an underdeveloped Leo. A developed Leo knows that the true strength comes through kindness and compassion and the way that they work with people. And so here, you don't like being told what to do, Pisces. It's just not your thing. I mean, it's not many people's things, but you just don't like it. And so here, with the strength moving you forward, you're going to want them to be kind, and they're going to want you to do what you're told. And you're going to sit there and be like, I'm not 5. And then the Lord. The Lord is going to be somebody who's very rule-oriented, who's very like, you follow these rules, you do this exactly like this, and you're going to find yourself rebelling against this person. Just a little bit, or finding them to be too like dictatorial, too rigid for you. You live in inspiration, you live in creation, and that's what you want from people. You don't want them to sit there and be like, it has to be like this, because that's just not your thing. So I love the countdown of the 8 of Wands into the 7 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is things move quickly, which they really do, and that's going to be lovely for you. Things moving quickly, inspiration. You have Cupid right here kind of shooting his arrow, and so that's really quite gorgeous. But also remember that in the Bible, not to get religious on people, but in the Bible, Eden was guarded from man by cherubims twirling their flaming swords. So it's not always this cute little angel. It's going to be this power, this force, this kind of way that your angels come in and inspire you and move you forward. And it's not going to be, this nice little kind of tap on the shoulder. It's going to be sometimes like being hit right between the eyes. And it moves you forward to the direction that you want to be, to the direction maybe that you don't want to be, but you need to be. And then you see here with the 7 of Wands, it's like, okay, I'm moving forward. I'm moving towards what I want, towards what is needed in my life. It's like, this is what I have to do. And then the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Wands says, do not fight every battle. Stand your ground, know your truth, don't be a pushover, but don't sit there and feel like you have to fight every battle. You have to know every single truth in order to move forward, or everybody has to agree with you. Some people and some things, you just have to let them go. They're just not going to be right for you. And then this leads you to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing where you stand. This is being the warrior queen. And it doesn't matter your gender or how you identify yourself. It's coming through internally as nurturing, creative, caring, kind of mother nature energy. So a bit of chaos to it, because nature, of course, does have a bit of chaos to it. This ability to create is considered a chaotic ability. And so as you're moving forward, you're going to be speaking, again, the truth to yourself. You're going to be, being very blunt and very honest. People might find you a little bit too blunt at times if you start speaking to other people like this. But it is also a sense of, just knowing where you stand. So be kind with your words, because especially when we speak to ourselves, we have a tendency to think, oh, I don't have to be kind to me. I just have to be really brutally honest and just say exactly what you need to hear. But you know all your weaknesses, you know all your weak points, and you're going to have a tendency during this time to want to push them so that you push yourself forward. It's like, no, be kind. Be kind, be considerate to you. Know that you might have a air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who really helps you move forward, who really connects with you. You're being told to be mindful of a Libra energy, but energy, but you can also have a Libra energy who's really inspiring to you. And then we have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess turns inward. The High Priestess is the veil being lifted from your eyes. The High Priestess is following that intuitive self, that, sacred inner voice that guides us, that a lot of times we just don't listen to because obviously we know better. And here it's like, no, I don't. I'm listening to this knowledge. I'm listening to this wisdom. It's guiding me forward. And I'm seeing that the world is like a huge masquerade. Whenever I look at this card, a lot of times I think of the masquerade scene in Phantom of the Opera, which is one of my favorite plays. And, when everybody's walking around with their masks and, pretending, and it's like, you're not pretending anymore. You are simply being you. And you don't want the world to pretend anymore. And you can't change the world, which is a harsh thing to know, or a harsh thing to be, privy to. But you can also not engage in the gossipy, malevolent aspect of the world, the anger, the everything. It's like, no, I'm going to follow my truth, and I'm going to add to the positive vibes of the world and not the negative. And then this leads you to the Magician. The Magician is your inner self. The Magician is your magic. Okay? And you are seeing a transformation happen. You are seeing lead being turned to gold, which is our potential. We start off as lead. Not valuable, but not gold. Not something that people, actively seek after. And as we transform, we become that gold. As we look at ourselves and we better ourselves and we see ourselves and we embrace our magic and we embrace our gifts, we see that there is huge potential. And that potential does not mean that you have to be a CEO of a company or a mega millionaire. It means that you're adding something to this world. Something of kindness, something of laughter, something of joy, something of smiles. And that is absolutely extraordinary. And it is. It is absolutely extraordinary. Do not think of yourself as nothing. Excuse me. Because you truly are. You truly are something spectacular. And that's coming through. You're seeing it at your heart. You're seeing yourself transforming your world. And you're being patient. You really are being patient. I love that you start with 0 here at the bottom. You have 0 and then you have 1. You have 1 and then the countdown to 0. It's like you are changing. You're at the beginning. You're at the beginning of this heart, this soul's journey. And you need to be patient. You need to know, of course, when to stand your ground and what you stand for. But be patient. Be patient because the harvest is coming. The fruit will be ripe. You can force it. Of course you can. You can sit there and say, okay, I want the fruit ripe now, and this is just how it's going to be. But when you cut fruit and you put it in a bowl and you smother it with sugar, it doesn't taste as good. It just doesn't. There's I don't know, there's something still hard and crunchy about it. It's just not as nice. So let things develop. Let things become what you need them to be, what divinity needs them to be for you. It's not what you need them to be. Spirit just corrected me. They're like, no, it's not going to be what you want. Because they just told me life isn't about what you want, and don't we know it, right? But it's about what you need. And it's moving forward in that power. And sometimes what you need and what you want get to be the same thing, and sometimes it doesn't. And then we have the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups for me is, having people around you and having somebody around you who just didn't celebrate you. They didn't. They were into themselves, not you. And so they raised their glass and they thought, oh, okay, this is going to be great. I'm along for this ride as far as it gets me. And it's harsh. It's harsh when it's people we love or people we trust. It's harsh when it's a parent. It's harsh when it's a lover. It's harsh when it's, a child or a friend or a, whomever, a sibling. It's harsh. And you sit there and you look at the person and you're like, what the heck? Why? And you don't get a why. They were in it for their journey. And maybe that's why enough. And now you start to look at the people who really celebrate you, who stand by you, And if you're sitting there and you're saying, Dane, I don't have those people. You have the angels. Look at the angels right by her. When she's laid bare. Look at those angels. They're like, I see you. I see all of you. Do not worry. I'm here. And that is beautiful. And that starts you on the Fool's journey. It starts you moving forward. It starts you going after what it is that you want. It has you really opening up. And the Fool's Journey, you might think, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I'm never going to get there. I can't believe I'm being so foolish. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. And you really start laying into yourself. But what I love here is that you have 0, 1, and 2. This is the journey of you. I like that. It rhymes. So here, with the 0, 1, and 2, you see it. You see your knowledge. You see your understanding. You see how you are transforming. You're like, okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to start on my journey. I'm going to start on myself. I'm going to start moving myself forward to where I want to be, to where I need to be, body, mind, and spirit. And divinity sees you and says, yeah. And you're going to think it's foolish, and that's fine. But remember, every single time a hero starts their journey, they do something foolish. We see it in books today when we're reading things, and we're like, no, don't walk through that door. Don't do that. Of course, you're going to save everything all by yourself. Look at things and say, I can be the hero of my story. And a hero doesn't play it safe all the time. It's not saying take stupid, risks that could endanger you. No, not at all. It's saying be brave. And it doesn't matter how the world sees you. Here, he looks foolish, but he could be smacking water out of his ear. You don't know. Doing something very practical. And it's all about perception. And who cares how they perceive you? Even though we all care how they perceive us. It's a strong, strong person who walks that road and says, okay, this is me. And it's terrifying, but you have to do it. You have to do it for you, Pisces. And then we have the Knight of Swords. There's a sense here that you just have to kind of run forward and do it. And usually I say, slow down, think things through. Yes, think things through. Don't be foolish, okay? Don't be, just foolhardy. But move forward, going after what you desire, what you want, and don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you will overanalyze it up and down the Mississippi, and it will just be too much. It'll just be like, wow, okay, I can't do it now because I'm too afraid. I thought about it too much. It took the luster, it took the joy out of things. I just can't. And now it's like, oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah, you can. Go for it. Go for it, because exciting things are on the horizon. Again, air sign energy around you, and I love that knights are protectors of queen. So here in the public arena, you are protecting your inner self because you know the greatness that comes. And then we have the Three of Wands. This is, I would say this was travel, but things are weird in the world, so probably not. But this is a sense of moving forward, of looking at things. This is a sense of seeing your ships come in, your ships go out. This is a sense of looking at the world as being bigger, as being more, as, really embracing what you desire and where it is that you want to be. And this is not being afraid, because you see the truth of what you desire, you see what you stand for and what you won't stand for, and you see the patience that comes in, the patience that you need. And then you're like, okay, this is where I need to be. I need to be moving towards something greater. This is a creative stage, yes, but it is also an important stage to how you move in your passion, your truth, and your heart. And then it moves you to the Seven of Swords, which here, when I first put it down, I was like, wish card, shows your wishes. It also shows, yes, to be mindful of sneakiness, and it shows you taking up what is important to you and leaving the rest behind. But here, I really am seeing this as a wish granted. And, as I'm looking at it right now, it's kind of like, was that wish granted for that lamb right there? Was that wish of water granted for something that didn't have, someone who didn't have the expectations of others on their mind, but had the needs of the moment in their hearts? And it's something like that, Pisces, that moves you forward. There's something where it kind of goes against almost what other people expect, and it's just a kind, beautiful wish coming true. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, the pathway paved in wealth. This is the road being paved in gold. This is what you desire: prosperity, success, bounty, beauty. And it's walking towards it. It is seeing yourself having it. And as you walk towards this wealth, as you embrace this journey, you're coming to an end of a cycle financially, okay? an end of a financial cycle, an end of a financial struggle, right? As you embrace this wealth, as you embrace this prosperity. Now, let's dive deeper. Let's first talk about Nine of Swords. Doubts and fears, being up at night, worry. There is some sort of worry here that divinity is saying, look at it and see why. See why you're not taking care of yourself fully. It can be you're working too hard. It can be you're sitting there and you have so much stress upon your shoulders. It's like enough is enough. It can be that you're just carrying too much. You're remembering too much. Some things are meant to be let go. Sometimes it's very hard. Pisces, July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, show me clearly. Ooh. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This one right here. Huh. Interesting. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So for your inner self, we have the Six of Staves, which is wonderful, celebration, success. The King of Swords. Did you have the Queen of Swords right here? Yes, right over the Queen of Swords. So there is just like this coming together of this warrior mentality, this passion, this power, and the Eight of Cups. And as you embrace this power, as you embrace this celebration, you walk away from something you once thought you would love. It's like it doesn't fit anymore. It's kind of like a pair of shoes that pinches. You can't walk in them. So why do you have them? You know? The Empress. Loving, caring, nurturing, power, reclaiming your throne. The Nine of Wands. It's like, I'm done. I'm done taking in the drama from everybody else, from always having to defend myself. I've won. I'm successful. But I'm done with that. And then you walk forward in the Two of Staves, the Two of Wands. It's like love, joy, prosperity, success, moving forward, the world not being so scary, not being so overwhelming. As you embrace your passion, as you embrace what you desire. Then we have the Four of Staves, which is the Four of Wands, and it's celebration. It's celebration that cannot be denied. It cannot be quieted. The Six of Cups, a release of the past, and the world opens up to you. The universe is yours, and that's beautiful. So let's see the people who are going to be beneficial to you during this time. Who are the people who are going to aid? Pisces, July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. Who are the people going to aid Pisces? July 16th to the 31st Pisces. Who are the people going to aid Pisces? Who are the people going to aid Pisces? Who are the people? Okay. So we have here the Prince of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Slowly and steadily moving forward in love. This is a person who puts their heart first, who defends what they truly believe in. All right? They're a defender of the heart. And then you have the King of Cups. Again, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. There is, I love this wolfhound right here, this Irish wolfhound, because they are gigantic dogs. And so here, it's like this person in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, right? It's a square. It's like a rock in the middle, a square rock in the middle of the water. And that's where his throne is on. So for right there, he rules a very small, like, island in the sea. It's just him. But he rules it well. And isn't that life, though? When we think of our hearts, we think of our souls, we think of ourselves. You only rule yourself, and that's it. You cannot fully control the actions of another person, no matter how hard you try. And so here, with the King of Cups, it's the ruler of one. It's the ruler of the identity, the self. And it's this person who rules their small island, but rules it so well that they have this fierce following, this fierce protection. And then it moves you here to the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is the queen that wants to jump forward. This is the queen who wants to kind of spring from her chair and be like, okay, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to get my hands dirty. This is my, roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty type of queen. And so here, as you're moving forward, there is a person who comes in, fire sign energy, are very passionate, very determined, very, very much looking at the passion, the creative, the instinctive, intuitive side of life, and wants to move forward in that power and in that prosperity. And then it moves you here to the Hermit, Virgo energy, a time frame August 23rd to September 22nd. This is somebody very, very quiet, okay, very turned inwards. This is a person who doesn't need a lot of other people around them. This is somebody very introspective, quiet, contemplative. And this is a person who has a lot of wisdom to them. This could be a therapist, this could be a spiritualist, this could be a book that you read, a spiritual book, or just a book that has a lot of deep meaning, that even has you being the hermit and brings out that hermit energy within you. But it's going to be an inspiration. And then you move forward with the Six of Staves at your heart, the Six of Wands. And it's celebration. It's like, I know what I love. And I'm positive towards my passion, towards my joy. It's celebrating yourself. It's giving yourself credit where credit is due. And it moves you to the King of Swords. This sense of, being a warrior for what you want, knowing your truth, cutting through the doubts and the fears, moving forward in your passion, because you're walking away from something that you once thought you would love, but it doesn't fit you anymore because you see it more clearly. And you're like, no, that's not me. And I don't really want to try to fit into it. It's like, you're done. It's like, no, I'm done. I'm good. The Empress. Claiming a throne you thought you had lost. Claiming a power you thought maybe couldn't be yours anymore. It's a loving, nurturing, caring energy. And I love that you have, you have 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. So you have the magician, not the magician, the fool, the magician, and the high priestess. And now you have the Empress. So you're going into the creating stage of life. The, pregnant with possibilities. Yeah, stage of life. This endless, kind of power and creativity of mind moving forward. This creative energy guiding you. And you're claiming it again. And I see it as almost something that you thought you couldn't have, you thought wasn't going to get to be a part of you, but it is. And the Nine of Wands is knowing when to pick your battles. Knowing what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. You're like, no, man, I'm done. So you stand in your truth, you stand in your power, and you walk away from the chaos of the world, just the noise of it all. And you're like, no, I don't want it. I don't need it. It's not for me. And you know that you have won. It's not like you walk away in defeat. It's like, I have fought this battle, and I'm not fighting it again. Yeah. What is that song? Shine your shoes. You have no more to do. You are young, keep on living. Gosh, I can't remember it at all. But it's about a commander who was going to lead his army out to fight. And he's like, no, I can't. He saw that, this battle's not worth dying for. And he tells them, you can go. And they decide to stay because they look at him and they're like, what are you crazy? Because he sees that they're all brothers. And that's what you're seeing here. It's like, no, I don't want to fight anymore. I just don't want it. And it moves you to the Two of Staves. It moves you. I love this card. It's like my favorite in this deck. Well, one of my favorites in this deck. Because I think it's so terribly sweet. It's like, isn't that what you aspire to? It's being that little couple that leans on each other. You have that passion, that power, that beauty that guides you. And it makes the world not seem as big. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, It is the person holding the world in their hand. And the two wands are kind of framing them, and the world becomes small. And here, when you have somebody to lean on, the world becomes smaller. It's not as scary. And it's not saying that you need somebody to lean on, but you have that passion, you have that power. You have your angels and your spirit guides guiding you. You have that support. It leads you to the Four of Wands. Creativity, success, passion. A beauty that cannot be denied. A celebration that is rejoiceful and beautiful. One that is powerful. And it calls to you. No matter which way you turn it, you're winning. And it's a celebration that people see. It's kind of like a celebration akin to a wedding. People see it. People rejoice in it. It's gorgeous. And you turn away from the dreams of the past. It's kind of like things that can no longer be realized because they already happened and they cannot be changed. And so you walk into this world knowing that you don't carry the baggage anymore. A part of you was freed, and that part of you is beautiful. Let's see your spirit animal for this time. Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. July 16th to the 31st, 2020 Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, you have two. Coming forward. We have the otter spirit here, which says you are never alone. And that's what the Two of Wands says here. You're never alone. You're always being guided. You're always, being loved, being moved forward towards something beautiful. Because you have the two otters right here. One here and one here. Making that beautiful heart. It's like there is always love surrounding you. And that is beautiful. And then we have the turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and with grace. Because Spirit just said you have been given so much. And even if you're sitting there looking at your life and saying, oh no, Dane, I have not. There is a beauty and there is a grace to you that is astounding. Let it shine through. Be proud of it. And be proud of you. There we go. So let's look at your subconscious message. Let's start with your spirit animals. The dove spirit. Be peace. Pisces. For you, it's always so important. Be peace. Be calm. Be centering. Be kind. Be serene. It suits you so much better than anger and force. And then you have angels and masters as your karmic subconscious message. And not your karmic, but yeah, I would say it is your karmic since that's what Spirit had me say. And you're being guided by your angels, by divinity, by this love and power of truth. And as you move forward, you find yourself more connected. This is your soul star chakra, again located 6 inches above your crown. Your subconscious person message is you. You're guiding your world. Okay, the moon comes in. Fears that you have, yes, doubts, apprehensions, chaos, okay? Everybody's afraid. Do not let fear rule you. Because it has a place to keep us alive. But it does not have a place to let us thrive. And that is what it's time for you to do. It's time to thrive. And as you see things clearly, and as you look at things, and you take out the fears and the doubts, and you look at the passions and the truths, you see yourself more clearly. And you hear what you're really desiring. This leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the 6 of Pentacles. There needs to be a balance. The hands being out, pulling away the prosperity. There needs to be a balance, a give and a take. You are embracing that balance. You are knowing that truth. And it brings you to your next subconscious tarot message, which is the 7 of Coins. Be patient. The prosperity comes. And it most definitely comes. right? I like that progression here, 6 and then 7 of Pentacles. So let's end with a singing bowl, a vibrational message of peace and healing. And I wish you, Pisces, nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe.